Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of Eye on Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Well, good morning. It is Tuesday, March 27th, 2018. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Fair warning, I've got a bunch of really depressing news from the Annapolis Police Department, but we will finish up strong with some better news. Over the weekend, the Annapolis Police Department was very busy with a home invasion, a rape, and a handgun arrest. On the home invasion, it happened on Friday night in the 200 block of Center Street. A female was inside of her home, answered a knock at the door, and she saw 2 male suspects wearing masks at the door as they immediately broke in, assaulted her. They took money and jewelry from the home and fled the area. She did suffer injuries, was transported to a local hospital for treatment. Detectives were able to identify one of the assailants, and he has been identified as Guillermo Santiago, 23, formerly of Annapolis, and they have obtained an arrest warrant for him. He also goes by the nickname of Memo Santiago. He has a prior conviction for first-degree assault and should be considered armed and dangerous. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Guillermo Memo Santiago, please call 410-260-3439. On Saturday morning at 5 a.m., Annapolis Police Department went to the 900 block of President Street, which is in the Harbor House community in the Eastport section of Annapolis, for a report of a domestic violence incident. The female victim reported that Lamont Folks of Glen Burdy assaulted and raped her inside a vehicle parked in the 1100 block of Madison Street. The woman was able to escape the vehicle and reported the assault to the police. Folks fled the area before officers arrived. They did obtain an arrest warrant, and they picked him up later in the day up in Glen Burnie. He is being held without bond at Jennifer Road. Also on Saturday night, officers responded to Newtown Drive for a reliable report of a vehicle transporting an individual armed with possibly illegally concealed handgun. Officers found the vehicle occupied by 5 people. They conducted a pat-down search for the handgun on each of the people, and one occupant, Jim Shepard, 17 of Annapolis, was carrying a loaded handgun in his pants pocket. He was charged as an adult with illegal possession of a firearm, illegal possession of ammunition, illegally carrying a handgun on his person, and illegally carrying a handgun in the vehicle. He is also being held without bond at the Jennifer Road Detention Center. And a little bit of a good news update from the Annapolis Police Department. If you can remember on Saturday's shooting over at Greenbrier and Skipper's Lane, police believe there were several people that were involved in the shooting and left the area. Based on their investigation, they obtained a search warrant for a home in the 800 block of Brook Court. 3 handguns were found inside the home, and the occupant of the home, Quimaine Martin, 18, was charged with illegal possessions of a firearm. He is being held at Jennifer Road Detention Center. He is not believed to have been part of the shooting. They did identify Isaiah Naylor, 21 of Annapolis, as a suspect in the shooting. They did obtain an arrest warrant for him, and he was picked up in Severn yesterday. Again, police are asking for any information that anybody else may have. You can call them at 410-260-3439. Speaking of Jennifer Road, well, this is actually Ordnance Road. On Saturday at noon, Anne Arundel County Police were called to the county prison for an injured sick subject. When they arrived, they found out that Douglas Edward Sutherland, 54 of Lusby, Maryland, had overdosed in his cell. They did find a suspected heroin capsule underneath his cot, and detectives from the Heroin Task Force responded and are currently investigating that. I will be curious to see how an inmate was able to get heroin into the prison and take it. The General Assembly is considering a new law to allow the Annapolis Liquor Board to allow bookstores to sell beer and wine. This comes from the Old Fox Books, and they approached Senator John Astle to put it through to the state Senate, which he did. They feel that they can hold additional events which will benefit by having beer and wine. Many local merchants and residents are not in agreement with that. I tend to fall within that group as well. It's hard enough to do business here in Annapolis as it is. You don't need bookstores selling beer and alcohol. And if you're out looking for a date on Craigslist, those days are gone. If you go to any of the personal sections, which were the missed connections, casual encounters, seeking romance, I guess, and everything else, you'll now get a notice on all of them. It says The U.S. Congress just passed House Resolution 1865, FOSTA, seeking to subject websites to criminal and civil liability when third parties, users, misuse online personals unlawfully. Craigslist says any tool or service can be misused. We can't take such a risk without jeopardizing all of our other services, so we are regretfully taking Craigslist personals offline. Hopefully, we can bring them back someday in the future. To the millions of spouses, partners, and couples who met through Craigslist, we wish you every happiness. Hey, if you enjoy this podcast every morning, do me a favor and recommend it to a friend or two. If you're listening to it on an application on your phone, hit the share button, let your friends know about it. I would appreciate it. It helps us grow. And to sweeten the deal, if you do share it, send me an email and let me know that you did. info@eyeonannapolis.net. And for those that did share, we'll throw you into a drawing for a couple of Union Jack's gift cards for $25 a piece. All right, so hang tight. We've got George Young with DMV Weather coming right up after Sean O'Neill.
I'm Sean O'Neill, your local RBC Wealth Management Advisor. More than likely, the primary reason you save and invest is to achieve your life goals while ensuring your long-term financial well-being. But before you can determine your preparedness towards your goals, you need long-term answers to important questions about how much money you need, where it will come from, and how long it will last. RBC Wealth Plan, a new industry-leading tool, is now available to help answer these questions and develop your personal plan using a conversational approach. With RBC Wealth Plan, we can create a personal analysis based on these unique goals while offering you the ability to weigh certain decisions and determine what's best for you and your family. Call me, Sean O'Neill, today at 410-573-6723 for a complimentary consultation.
RBC Wealth Management, a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC. Member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, March 27th. Yesterday was pretty nice with max sunshine and temps in the upper 40s to near 50, and today will be very much the same. But after today's nice sunshine and highs near 50, Wednesday looks to be in the mid-50s, but it'll come with more clouds than anything, followed by 60s Thursday and Friday. But that also comes with a decent chance of rain showers each day, although not so much rain to threaten the Orioles' home opener on Thursday. Also, if the thermometer hits 60 or above in Annapolis or BWI or at Reagan National in D.C. or Dulles International Airport in Dulles, Virginia, it will be the first time all month that the temps have reached 60 or above. All month. Anywhere. For perspective, there were several times in both January and February in which the temps were 60 or above, 70 or above, and sometimes 80 and above. That's how consistently cold this nice month of March has been on the whole. This is George Young of DMV Weather, and that's it for us today. Follow us on our website at dmvweather.com or on Facebook or Twitter so you can always stay weather informed. And of course, download our free weather app by searching your app store for DC MDVA Weather. And while doing so, enjoy this extra nice sunny day across the region, but be sure to remember one thing: whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
Hi, this is Randy.
And Claudia Boldiga. Please join us and our presenting sponsor, RXNT, on Saturday, April 28th on AAMC's South Campus for Denim and Diamonds Bash. Proceeds will benefit mental health and addiction services in our community. Now more than ever, we need to focus on this critical need.
The bash sold out last year, so don't delay and join us for this fabulous night under the stars. Can't make the party? You can still help by purchasing a raffle ticket.
This year's raffle is a stunning 4-piece amethyst jewelry collection donated by Cezanne Jewelers, valued at $5,000. Only 100 tickets will be sold for the raffle, so don't miss out. For event or raffle tickets, go to AAMCdenimanddiamonds.org.
Thanks for your support of Anne Arundel Medical Center's efforts to improve the availability of mental health and addiction services throughout our community.
Remember, it's not just a party, it's a party with a purpose.
Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.